Hi, I'm Dan Sullivan with RPM Mortgage in Napa Valley. I'm a local mortgage broker and I specialize in helping people buy homes and refinance their existing loans. The reason you should use me for your investment needs is because I'm honest, straightforward, and I'll do my very best to get you the lowest interest rate possible. Again, my name is Dan Sullivan with RPM Mortgage and I look forward to helping you. The answer to the question that I get all the time of why should I pick a mortgage broker over a bank is basically that when you walk into a bank, and you can walk into 10 banks in a given day, you'll get whatever interest rate they happen to be peddling that day. If you go to the right bank on the right day, you might get a good interest rate. But if you come into a mortgage broker's office, like my own at RPM Mortgage, I can guarantee you we'll get the best rate on any given day that we're looking. Not to mention, I have direct information to where the bond market is, where the bonds are trading, what prices they're paying for mortgage-backed securities. That information alone will give me an edge over a bank competitor, and it'll save you hundreds of dollars in the end. Another question that I've had is why should I use Dan Sullivan versus, say, another mortgage broker? And a colleague of mine and I always talk about this. We always joke that in this industry, we're the only two out there that bend over backwards to pay people's fees or waive processing fees or pay an appraisal or do something like that because we want our clients to be happy. And it's expensive. I mean, it's expensive enough to buy a home in California. The process itself is expensive with all of the different fees involved, from processing to bank fees to escrow and title. An appraisal nowadays costs $400. I mean, it's not something you do every day, but when you do it, you're going to spend a lot of money. And so we try to make it as cheap, as easy, as efficient, as least costly as possible, because we've been in your shoes ourselves, and we want to make sure that you're going to walk away from our offices, from my office, feeling like Dan did the very best that he could to look out for my best interest. And at the end of the day, that's one of the things that I hold high. I hold my head high and I'm happy about. One more thing that I think differentiates my own service from another mortgage broker service is that I will give the right advice no matter how it pertains to my own part in the transaction. What I mean by that is I will tell you the advice that is the best for you, whether that means to use me or not. So some mortgage brokers think that that's foolish. Some people in business think that's a foolish way of running a business, but I don't. Because if I turn someone away and I say, don't refinance, or you can't afford that house, well, I may lose out on a transaction that would have brought me a commission for doing that transaction in the short term. But in the long term, I gain that person's trust, I gain a friendship in many cases, and that one individual can talk to many more individuals and will sing my praises to the point where I will have more customers than I know what to do with. And that's one thing that I really hold high as a standard of my own excellence.